Hello guys, it's your fellow investor here with another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about Healthier Choices Management Corporation with ticker symbol HCMC. More information behind the curve, more information about the company, where they are heading, what they are doing for past week and such information. So if you are a holder of this stock and you'd like to more know and that you are not a bag holder, definitely watch the whole video so you don't miss out some important parts. I have SEC filings and some more due diligence behind the CEO and the lawsuit company. But before we begin, I'd love to ask you if you could click on that beautiful red subscribe button and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Both helps me out tremendously and motivates me to make more videos. With that out of the way, let's get into it. So as we can see on the 5 days chart, the stock price been going down, 40% correction. It's quite hard for the shareholders and people are scared because it's been up nicely. And as Warren Buffett said, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And you know, there is something to it. If you aren't patient and you sell when the stock goes down and then it goes up, you're going to be telling to yourself that you are full and that you sold at the bottom. However, there's nothing certain, and if you need the money for something more important in your life, it's actually very respectable. But if you can hold the stock for all next month, I think it's quite unnecessary if you sell stocks early. But everyone will choose their own strategy. I'm not a financial advisor, this is just for entertainment purposes as usual. Now to the SEC files. This is about week-old information as SEC Form 4, and actually for SEC Forms 4 it takes place that they've actually issued or just gave away over 20 billion shares. They gave it to their top 4 important people, to president and COO, CEO, chief financial officer and a director. And also they plus that they give them employee stock option for a few billions shares as well. So this is actually a really good thing. They wouldn't be doing that if there weren't good upcoming weeks or months, because they usually do this really ahead in the next months, and they really foresee great things coming. So this is actually a good thing from company. If they do this, there's nothing wrong with that, and it actually shows that the company cares about their board of members. On the other hand, Senior Vice President of Global Communications, Marian Salzman, just sold a bunch of shares in Philip Morris International, and it's on February 10th, so also again like 10 days old information. And you know, maybe he got some information from inside, but it's hard to tell. But if you look here at the chart, at the graph, we can see that insiders or individuals who sell their shares most likely for past 12 months, it's a lot of shares, and most likely they got some good information. And even though the company is doing like good, you know, there aren't like bad things such as the patent infringement with HCMC or other smaller companies. And you know, people who realize that, they just sell their shares from Philip Morris and put it maybe even into HCMC itself. Now let me talk about this real quick. The court cases might take a while, even though there's just 6 days left until Philip Morris will say if they accept HCMC's offer, if they will give them money or if they will just postpone it and such. But it's 6 days and then we will know what we are looking at. But Philip Morris is risking to lose many investors and make their stock risky to invest, because that move will give a chance of losing the case with the dramatic consequences. The stock price might fall, means the company will have losses and will give so much hype to HCMC. The second fact is that HCMC hired a very successful company. If we have a look here into their patent section, there's a lot of experience, a lot of tax, but if we look into experience, there are many cases they've been part of and successful. Feel free to go there, it's on their website. I'm still scrolling down and there are plenty of them. So I really recommend you going through it and just checking it out if you're nervous about your investment. Not to mention that even the CEO himself, Jeff Holman, said that they are pleased that after a lengthy and careful analysis, a law firm with the patent, litigation, reputation and strength of Cozen O'Connor will be enforcing our patent rights. And we stick to the Jeff Holman, the CEO of HCMC. If you check out his LinkedIn, we can see that he's the CEO chairman of HCMC. And if we scroll down, we can see that he studied law university, and then he was 22 years in Holman and Cohen and Valencia He was doing attorneys at law, and if you put it with the university, it's 25 years of experience in the law sector. You know, he just knows how this stuff works. He has plenty of experience himself, so it actually makes sense that he initiated this lawsuit. Also, PM or Philip Morris is sued by other small companies, and it's for them it's the best thing to do is just to settle down with your companies, listen to their demands, and just fulfill them, because there would not be that much of attention, and it will be the easiest way for Philip Morris. And also, HCMC can legally ask from Philip Morris to stop selling their tobacco heating products before court will decide who is right and who is wrong, and it's a pretty fast process called emergency injection mode. It means billions of dollars lose on their sales, and all their investors and for the investors it means a huge sell-off of the PM stock and ensure future of the business of the company. So that's also a good thing to keep in mind. And last but not least, I'd like to talk about some numbers by Mentelect on StockTwits. I've just found it interesting, so I'll quickly go through it. So Philip Morris generated $1.6 billion revenues, which translate to $400 million in earnings using HCMC's IQOS system. A typical price to earnings ratio for high growth companies is over 33:1. So 400 million, so it's 33 P ratio equals $13.2 billion market cap for HCMC. And HCMC market cap today is $368 million. And if you divide these things, the numbers we got, you get 35.66. Multiply HCMC's $0.0035 price per share, 35.66 gives you our stock price of $0.12. So if you compare it to current price, which is 0.0035, that's a crazy amount of gains, and this guy might not be too far away from the truth. If the truth happens, we could seriously see some crazy big moves. There are actually big moves happening in very small unnoticed penny stocks, but people just don't know about them and got to know about them after the moves happened. So this actually might be quite realistic, and it doesn't even account or factor the HCMC current revenues, share repurchase gains, getting listed on a major exchange, increased advertising, increased research and development, increased hiring, increased manufacturing capacity, expansion into other countries, revenue sharing agreements, licensing out these other 5 very promising looking patents, etc. This is why some valuations range from $1 to $4 by the end of the year. This is a very beautiful picture which really represents people who buy into penny stocks, or even in crypto, as it's mentioned, that they expect getting a Lamborghini or Lambo immediately. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen. You just buy in, you are a month in red numbers, and then out of nowhere, you are within 1 day or 2 days, you are on zero, and then another 2 days, you are like 200% up. You know, if you are in the stock market for a longer term, long period, you know that you can go in negative and then end up in crazy gains. This is just how it works. Be patient, do your due diligence, and you should be fine. This was my take on HCMC, some current updates, informations, and due diligence. I hope you found it useful. If you did, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and smashing the like button if you haven't done so already. Both helps me out tremendously and moves this channel forward. Also, let me know down in the comments below what are your thoughts and opinions. Are you still holding? Did you sell out for some nice gains and you just let some small portion run? I'm all ears. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.